Claws snagged Staff Sergeant Mara Kincaid's sleeve. "You saved me." Mara whipped her rifle around, barrel steady on the alien's chest. Shells whistled overhead, cratering the trench mud 10 meters back. Lieutenant Vesrock's compound eyes locked on hers. His carapace gleamed under flickering flare light, scarred from old wounds. "Name, rank," she snapped. Finger off the trigger. "Vesrock. Allied liaison. You dragged me from plasma fire 3 cycles ago."
"Sealed my bleeders." His voice rasped through the translator bead in her ear.
"Life debt binds me now." Mara lowered her weapon a fraction. No time for debts. The downed beacon pulsed weak on her HUD. 2 clicks east, prisoner camp coordinates. Her squad hugged the trench walls, Corporal Juno Reyes scanning for mines. 2 privates covering flanks. Enemy scouts probed closer. Keth Suler's ambushes layered this sector like a noose. "Det later, prisoners first. You know the layout?" Vesrock released her sleeve. His claws flexed. "Tunnels under the main bunker. Keth's guards cycle every shift. I lead." She keyed her comm.
"Juno, mark ingress. Double time."
Juno slapped a sensor drone skyward. It buzzed low, mapping trench forks. "Clear to 500 meters, Sarge." Then enemy wire. Mara nodded. Vesrock dropped into a low crouch, his forelegs splaying for balance. Humans called his kind crechery, built for siege holds, not sprints. But he matched her pace as they churned forward, mud-sucking at boots. A burst of flechette rounds stitched the trench lip. Mara dove, shoving Vesrock down. Contact left. Juno unslung her demo pack. Smoke out. Canisters arced high, glooming gray curtains that choked the air. The squad pushed through the haze, Vesrock's claws scraping signals into the dirt. Enemy blind spots. Mara glimpsed it in flashes. His kind held ground like living bunkers, but humans threaded the gaps. Trenches widened into a shell-torn crossroads. The beacon blinked stronger now, pinned under collapsed revetments. Vesrock halted, mandibles parting. Here. Tunnels access prisoner pens. But Keth mined the vents. Mara scanned her HUD. 12 Allied POWs. Crechery mostly, high-value officers. Command's timeline burned. Extraction in 30 mics or Suller's noose tightened. "Juno. Breach it." The engineer dropped to her knees, toolkit spilling.
She jury-rigged a vibro probe, threading it into a grate. Pulse mines.
Linked chain. Rounds pinged closer. Mara laid suppressing fire, bursts chewing enemy cover. Vesrock added his plasma carbine, bolts that superheated armor, forcing scouts to ground. "Probe in," Juno grunted. Wires sparked. Disarmed primary chain. "Secondary's a bastard. Needs manual cut." His claw steadied the probe. There, relay node. Juno sliced it clean. The grate hissed open. Path clear, but tight for you big boys. Mara dropped first, rifle sweeping the dark. Dank air hit her, crechery blood scent, fierce sweat. Cells lined the walls, energy bars flickering. Prisoners stirred, claws rattling bars. "Staff Sergeant Kincaid, human rescue," she barked. Vesrock barked orders in native tongue, translator flooding her ear with confirmations. 12 souls, emaciated but mobile. "Move!" Mara waved them out. Alarms wailed. Keth Suler's voice boomed from speakers. "Surrender the liaison, or bleed dry." Vesrock froze mid-stride. "He wants me. Trade bait. No trades." Juno collapsed the tunnel behind, buy us distance. Juno slapped charges. They piled into the trench maze, prisoners staggering. Enemy fire chased, flechette shredding overhead. Half a click out, Suler's ambush sprang. Triflares popped, silhouetting the group. Crechery heavies lumbered from hides, cannons spooling. Mara hit the dirt.
"Flank right. Juno barricade." Juno yanked ferroplates from her pack, welding them into a hasty wall with plasma torch.
Bullets sparked off it. Vesrock planted beside Mara, carbine roaring. His shots melted a heavy's leg joint. It toppled, crushing 2 grunts. "You're fast," he clicked, reloading. "Humans weave fire like water." "Say that."
Mara tagged a scout's visor, dropping him. But numbers pressed. Suler's layered kill box funneled them into crossfire.
Her comm crackled. "Thorn here."
"Shuttle hot, but AA nests light you up. Ground calls? Negative, Captain."
"Push ETA 5, Mikes. LZ at beacon cords. Smoke inbound."
"Affirm." Threading hell now. Prisoners huddled behind Juno's wall. One clutched Vesrock's arm, mandibles trembling. Mara spotted the scar on his chest plate, same as Vesrock's old wound. Flashback hit mid-fight. 3 years back, same war zone. Ruined Creshery line. She'd found him gutshot, leaking green ichor, claws twitching at her shadow. Enemy closing. No protocol for live captures then. She'd dragged him, 60 kilos of armored alien, behind a slag heap, ripped open her medkit, sprayed sealant foam into his vents. It hissed, bonding carapace. Hold still, Lieutenant. Not dying on my watch. His eyes widened then, like now. She'd slipped away under smoke. Mercy, not heroics. Procedure. Round snapped her back. Veshrak shielded a limping POW, taking a grazing hit. Ichor weld.
Debt paid.
Mara yelled, hauling him up. Never. He gripped her shoulder. Claws gentle. Trust forged. Juno's wall buckled. Charges set. Fall back. They retreated, Veshrak directing prisoners into a ravine bypass. Kreshari siege knowledge threading human speed. Mara popped fresh smokes, blinding pursuers. Suler's voice sneered. Kincaid, your pilot burns. Yuld. Shuttle engines thundered. Anti-air tracers stitching sky. Captain Ilian Thorne's voice cut in. Leslie hot. Touchdown 20. Mara's squad burst from trenches. Beacon sight, but cratered flat. Juno triggered demo, tunnel mouth erupted behind, burying pursuers. Shuttle screamed in, ramps dropping amid geysers of dirt. Thorne's blunt face grinned from cockpit. Load 'em. I got 30 seconds. Prisoners piled aboard. Veshrak lingered, claws on Mara's arm.
You build trust from blood. Creshery, remember.
Get in. She boosted him aboard, last. Ramps whined shut. Shuttle lurched skyward, weaving flak bursts. Mara strapped in, HUD showing Suler's forces scattering. One POW clicked at Veshrak. He nodded to Mara.
She spared me.
Now we stand even. Mara checked wounds, his ichor stanched by old foam scars. Trust wasn't debt. It was the bridge when lines collapsed. Shuttle banked hard.
Thorne whooped. Clear!
But Sular's calling reinforcements. Next drop yours? Mara eyed Veshrak. His mandibles clicked approval. Ours. Enemy fire faded below, but beacons blinked new on her HUD. More camps, more debts calling home. Rounds cracked overhead. Mara shoved Lieutenant Veshrak deeper into the trench lip. Positions. Prisoner count. Now. Veshrak's mandibles flexed. His compound eyes locked on hers through the dust. 20 allied, scattered in 3 cells. East Ridge. Creshery ambush lines here. He stabbed a claw at her outstretched tack pad. Layered kill zones. Cellar commands. Mara tapped the pad. Red overlays bloomed. Bunkers, minefields, armor choke points. Enemy fire chewed the dirt around them. She yanked him lower. Reliable, life debt reliable.
His voice rasped like gravel.
You spared me on Viridian. I repay. Procedure first. Juno. Confirm overlays. Her engineer slapped a probe into the soil. Data pinged back. Matches. Rounds zipped closer. Mara's squad hugged the reverse slope. Corporal Juno Reyes crouched nearby, rigging a breaching charge. Maps gold, Sarge, but Sellers sweeping armor inbound. Windows tight. Veshrak shifted. Hidden approach. Ravine bypass. Siege tunnels. I mark. He swiped the tack pad, etching a blue line through no man's land. Prisoners know it. Kreshari blind spot. Mara studied it. Smart. Aliens excelled at terrain traps. Humans punched through.
You lead us in?
No. His claws gripped his rifle. I join. Protect the one who showed mercy. She eyed his posture. Disciplined. No frenzy.
Rear security.
Flank watch. Break formation. You're cut. Test him now. Veshrak saluted, Creshery style. Mandible snap.
Discipline holds. Move.
Mara signaled. Squad low-crawled forward. Veshrak fell in last, scanning rear arcs.
Enemy chatter barked over open channels. Major Katsuler's voice cut through. Kincaid's raiders sighted.
Bled them. Mara's boots crunched gravel. The ravine yawned ahead, narrow, shadowed. Juno slapped demo packs on tunnel mouths. These seal behind us? Veshrak mirrored her pace, rifle sweeping shadows. A sniper round snapped past his crest.
He didn't flinch. Returned fire-precise burst.
Enemy grunt silenced. Good. Mara keyed comms. Thorn. Extraction shift.
Armor inbound. 15 mics. LZ Crater Alpha, Advance Window 5.
Captain Ilian Thorne's reply crackled. Copy, Sergeant. Command screaming timelines. You sure? Suler's layering ambushes. Beat him or die. Mara vaulted a rockfall. Squad funneled into the ravine. Thorn grunted. Threading flak now. Make it snappy. Veshrak hissed low. Contact rear. Mara spun. Creshry scouts crested the ridge. 6, probing. Engage. She dropped 2 with controlled pairs. Juno's shotgun boomed, shredding cover. Veshrak advanced, laying suppressive fire. His rounds pinned the flankers. 1 scout broke cover. Mara stitched it down. Veshrak reloaded seamless. No waste. His eyes met hers. Humans fight as one storm. Save it. Mara pushed forward. Tunnel mouth loomed, barred. Juno slapped charges. Breach in 3. Blast echoed. Debris rained. They poured in, dank, echoing. Prisoner cells ahead, faint cries. Suller's voice sneered on net. Tunnels? Predictable, Kincaid. Ambushes set. Mara froze a squad. Veshrak signaled, claw points east. Trap there. Bypass forks left. She nodded. Split-second trust.
They veered. Enemy fire erupted behind, ambush triggered empty.
Cells now. Juno cracked locks. Allied prisoners staggered out, emaciated but mobile. Veshrak directed them. Ravine.
Human speed! Form up!
Mara barked. Prisoners slotted in.
Rear guard heaviest. Pursuit thundered.
Creshry pounded tunnels. Fall back! Mara popped smoke grenades. Gray clouds bloomed, blinding sensors. They retreated double time. Veshrak herded stragglers into the ravine bypass, his siege knowledge threading human endurance. Mara slapped fresh mags. Rounds cracked flanks. Suler taunted. Kincaid, your pilot burns. Yield. Anti-air tracers stitched the sky. Thorn's voice cut. LZ hot. Touchdown 20. Mara's squad burst from trenches. Beacon sight, cratered flat ahead. Juno-triggered demo tunnel mouth erupted behind, burying pursuers in rubble. Shuttle screamed in. Ramps dropped amid geysers of dirt. Thorn's blunt face grinned from cockpit. Load 'em! I got 30 seconds. Prisoners piled aboard. Veshrak lingered. Claws gripped Mara's arm.
You build trust from blood, Crushery, remember.
Get in. She boosted him aboard last.
No time for debts. Ramps wind shut.
Shuttle lurched skyward, weaving flak bursts. Mara strapped in. HUD showed Suller's forces scattering. 1 POW clicked mandibles at Veshrak. He nodded to Mara. She spared me, now we stand even. Mara checked wounds. Is Iker staunched by old foam scars from Viridian? That battlefield mercy. She'd patched him under fire, against regs. Walked away. Trust wasn't debt. It bridged when lines collapsed. Shuttle banked hard. Thorn whooped. Clear. But Suller's calling reinforcements. Next drop yours? Mara eyed Veshrak. His mandibles clicked approval. Hours. Enemy fire faded below. Beacons blinked new on her HUD. More camps. Suller's network sprawled. Veshrak unstrapped early. I refuse evacuation. Full. Mara raised a brow. Debt paid. Shuttles outbound. No. You spared life. I guard yours. Suler hunts you now. Crushery life debt binds until repaid true. Prisoners murmured approval. Aliens got your 6, Sarge. Thorn glanced back. Your call, Kincaid. Fuel for 2 more if we dump non-essentials. Mara waited. Suller's ambushes waited. 1 alien's intel had saved them. Loyalty like that? Rare ammo. Strap in, Lieutenant. Your ground team now. New vector, Camp Delta. Veshrak leads approach. His eyes gleamed. Bridge holds. Shuttle dove toward fresh hell. Suller's voice echoed faint. Kincaid persists. Double nets. Mercy returned as shield. They plunged in. Rounds cracked again. New zone, same war. Mara pinned down behind a shattered wall. Veshrak beside her marking fresh overlays. Prisoners. 15. Suler's Elite's guard. She nodded. Trust solidified. Breach it. Juno rigged fast. Thorn circled high.
Squad moved as one human grit. Crushery cunning. Enemy poured fire.
Veshrak took point this time. Mara covered. A Crushery round grazed his flank. He ignored, felled 2 foes. Debt, she muttered. Earned. He grinned mandibles. Suler bellowed. The traitor alien. Capture Kincaid alive. They hit the cells. Prisoners freed. Retreat. Lit with plasma. Smoke, demo, speed. Shuttle touched frantic. Loadout clean. But Veshrak paused again. More beacons. I stay. Mara gripped his shoulder. Full team. No refusals. He nodded. Bridge widened. HUD lit. Third camp. Suller closing nets. Thurn banked.
Game on.
Humans endured. Aliens remembered. Together, they carved. Mara slammed her boot into the collapsed service tunnel's debris. Chunks of ferrocrete shattered under the impact. She shoved forward mag rifle, sweeping the gap. Reyes, Vesh, cover flanks. Dust choked the air. Her squad piled in behind her. Juno Reyes low and scanning, Veshrak's mandibles clicking softly as he ghosted right. The tunnel spat them into the enemy's back corridor. A dim vein of flickering red emergency lights. Distant plasma bursts echoed from the main fight. Sular's elites guarded this deep. No time for stealth perfection. Mara signaled halt. Her HUD pinged faint life signs ahead. 15 allied prisoners, clustered, but patrols overlapped. Veshrak's claw tapped her pauldron. 2 fingers, pause, 3, rhythm clear. Reyes crouched at the corridor's mouth. A trip laser grid hummed across the passage, crisscross beams ready to summon hell. She yanked a knife from her vest, sliced a strip of demo tape and pried a dead battery from her rig's scrap pouch. 30 seconds, Reyes muttered. Knife tip severed a junction box. Sparks spat. She jammed the battery's contacts against the grid's power node, taped it firm. The dead cell grounded the circuit. Lasers winked out like snuffed candles. Nice, Mara said. Move. Veshrak melted into shadow first. Mara watched his ridged form stalk ahead. An enemy sentry rounded the corner. Crushery grunt. Rifle half raised. Veshrak's arm blurred. Silent chokehold. Neck snapped with a wet crunch. Body dragged into dark. He signaled back, patrol every 90 seconds. Mandibles flared approval. Mara pushed the pace. Corridor narrowed to a holding block. Blast door sealed the cells. Her team stacked up. Reyes slapped a breaching charge. Minimal yield for noise discipline. Fire in the hole. Muffled boom. Door peeled open. Inside, cages lined the walls. Half-starved prisoners huddled. Crushery civilians, allied intel techs, a mix of species blinking at the light.
Alive. Too clean. Too expectant.
Mara's gut twisted. Bait. Sular's play to bleed her team dry. Kincaid, a prisoner rasped, claw extended. They kept us breathing for this. Mara sliced the first cage lock with her plasma cutter. Metal hissed and parted. She yanked scavenged rifles from a wall rack. Enemy discards, ammo half full. Shoved one into the prisoner's grip. Arm up. Shoot straight or stay down. Prisoner scrambled. Rifles cycled with shaky claws. Veshrak distributed the rest, his movements precise, protective. He paused by a frail tech, mandibles brushing her shoulder. A crushery gesture Mara knew meant kin shield. Death circles, he rumbled to Mara. You spared. Years back, on dust-choked Epsilon Ridge, she'd let him live. Battlefield mercy, no heroics, just procedure. Now it bridged them through Suller's nets. Reyes boosted a wounded prisoner onto her shoulders. Thorn's window shrinking. Mara keyed her comm. Thorn. Cells hot. Prisoners aboard in 2. Vectors clear. Captain Ilian Thorn's voice crackled, blunt as ever.
Anti-air's thick, Sergeant.
You call ground. I fly. Rounds cracked outside. Suller's voice boomed through speakers. Kincaid persists. Nets double. Traitor Vashrak claims life debt. Capture the human alive. The rest, die. Mara chambered fresh rounds. Flank left, Vesh. Reyes, rear guard.
They funneled out. Prisoners staggered in loose order. Rifles up.
Veshrak took point, dropping another sentry with a vibro blade flick.
His flank wound from the last camp oozed green. Ignored it. Mara covered his blind side, double taps felling 2 elites who burst from a side passage. Plasma scorched her pauldron. She rolled, fired blind. Hit. A prisoner stumbled, Crushery elder, leg mangled. Mara hauled him up, one-armed. On me, Veshrak wheeled, shredded the pursuer with burst fire. Bridge hold, Sergeant. Trust like ferrocrete. Human calm met alien cunning. Corridor forked. Reyes rigged a hasty demo claymore at the junction, nails and shrapnel packed tight. Bias 20. Explosions chased them as they hit the rally point. Thorn's shuttle screamed low. Rotor stumping through smoke. Ramp dropped amid geysering dirt. Load, Mara bellowed. Prisoners piled in. Reyes shoved the last aboard. Veshrak lingered, scanning for stragglers. His HUD beeped, Third camp, he said. Suller leaves none. Nara gripped his arm ridge. Full team extracts. No solos. He nodded, mandibles clicking respect.
Leapt aboard as ramp wind up. Thorn banked hard.
Anti-air bolts chased them. Strap in. Suler's elites vectoring. Mara braced in the bay, eyes on Veshrock. He cleaned his blade, eyes gleaming. Mercy returned as shield. But HUD lit fresh, Suller's main force collapsing lanes ahead. Nets tightening. Reyes patched a prisoner's wound. Bait worked halfway. They expected us pinned. Prisoner tech rasped gratitude. Veshrock's patrol intel, only reason we breathed. Mara nodded. Competence layered, human grit, creshery memory. Shuttle shuddered under fire. Thorn growled over intercom. Your call, Kincaid. Third camp or evade. Suller's elites swarmed the drop zone below. No evasion. Mara weighed it.
One alien's loyalty had carved their path. Rare ammo in this war.
Third camp, Veshrock leads. His mandibles split in a grin. Det earns forward. Thorn dove, rounds cracked anew. Same war, deeper hell. Mara pinned behind a bulkhead as they slammed dirt. Veshrock marked overlays. Prisoners, 12. Elites tripled. She nodded. Reach again. Reyes rigged the tunnel mouth. But alarms wailed. Suler's voice closer. Kincaid's bridge crumbles. Take them. Veshrock dropped low. Mara covered. A graze round clipped his shoulder. He felled 3, ignored blood. Det, she muttered. Earned eternal. They plunged into the back vein. Triplacers gleamed thicker. Reyes knife sliced, battery grounded. Grid died. Sentry patrol, Veshrock silent killed, signaled rhythm. Erratic now, Suller flushing them. Cages ahead. Mara cut locks. Prisoners alive. Bait again. Eyes hollow but rifles gripped fast.
Suller bellowed, the merciful human, her alien pet. Fire poured.
Mara shoved prisoners rearward. Veshrock shielded a civilian, took a plasma burn. Roared defiance. Mara dragged him back. Not today. He gripped her rifle sling. Bridge widens. Thorn circled frantic. Loadout rushed, but Suller's ambush layered, nets from 3 vectors.
One prisoner whispered, "More camps. Suler bleeds us all."
HUD screamed. Reinforcements inbound. Mara keyed Thorn. Extract Vector Delta. Vesh stays ground, no full load. Veshrock paused at ramp. Beacons pulsed, 4th sight. Det demands, he said. Mara met his gaze. Together, shuttle lifted amid hellfire. Suler's elites closed. Trust forged in mercy, only span left. But comm crackled. Thorn, fuel critical Suller's cruiser. Shadows. One more run, game turned. Mara chambered round. Aliens remembered.
Humans endured.
Carve or crumble. File up. Front 3, rifles high, cover left flank. Reyes, your buddy to the civvy with the limp. Vesh, take the engineer prisoner, keep him moving. Mara Kincaid snapped orders as the shuttle's downdraft blasted grit across the cratered yard. Thorn had peeled off with half the prisoners, critical cases only. The rest huddled here, 12 souls blinking at freedom amid the cage wreckage. Suller's elites hammered the perimeter, no time for stragglers. Veshrock hefted the limping human POW onto his broad shoulders. The man's leg dangled. Plasma scarred. He stays, Det covers all. Confirmed. Mara slapped his armored flank. Stubborn lizard, but reliable. His kind valued oaths, like breathing. She swept her squad's HUD. Red icons swarmed 2 clicks out. Suller's layered traps funneled them east.
Play it straight. Suicide.
Column, reroute Delta 7. Open ground, now. Reyes, ping artillery on my mark. Reyes nodded, fingers flying over her wrist pad. Barrage inbound, 30 seconds. Mask our dust.
They broke from the cage cluster at double time. Mara led point, boots pounding cracked earth.
Prisoners fell in ragged but tight 2x2, each pair linked by her assignments. Rifleman with medic, sapper with grunt, no orphans under fire. Artillery whistled overhead. Mara marked the rhythm. Boom, crash, boom. Sink steps. Move on the silences. Shells churned the ridge behind, veiling their sprint. Open ground stretched ahead, flat kill zone, but faster than Suller's choked gullies. Veshrock loped at mid-column POW secure despite the weight. His claws gripped the man's belt. Mara glanced back. Blood seeped from Vesh's earlier plasma burn, but he ignored it. Aliens like him regenerated slow. Humans patched and pushed. Contact cracked the air. Enemy skirmishers popped from a ditch. 3 plasma rifles spitting violet lances. Down. Mara dove, rolled, squeezed off controlled bursts. Her 7.62 chewed the nearest foe's cover. Prisoners flattened. Reyes slapped a demo charge. It bloomed orange, silencing one gunner. Vesharak didn't drop his load. He pivoted, roared, a guttural challenge that froze the second shooter. His rifle barked twice.
Enemy dropped.
Bridge holds, he growled over comms. The Powell pillow on his back clutched tighter. Drop me, you idiot. Run. Silence. Vesh shifted weight, charged the ditch. Mara covered his flank, popping the last skirmisher. Ves emerged, splashed in mud, burden intact.
Stubborn, Mara muttered.
But it worked. Column reformed fast. Trust in action, no words needed. HUD pinged. Mine belt ahead, trip lasers flickering under the barrage haze. Suller's favorite bleed-out. Artillery window closed in 20. Reyes scan it. Thick grid. Pressure plates. Daisy chains. Reyes crouched. Probe out. Or we flank wide, loses time, exposes to elites.
Enemy fire stitched closer. Suler's voice boomed from speakers. Kincaid!
Your mercy fails. Surrender the pets. A rustle yanked Mara's focus. From the ditch smoke, a figure crawled, an enemy conscript, young by carapace etchings. Uniform shredded, leg mangled by shrapnel. He clutched a sidearm aimed wild. Panic in his multifaceted eyes. Prisoners tensed. One raised a rifle. Hold, Mara barked. She strode forward, rifle leveled but steady. The conscript froze. Drop it. He complied, mandibles clicking fear. Human standard issue wound, shrapnel from their own barrage. No insignia of Suller's elites. Conscript meet. Veshrak growled low. Kill swift. No debt here. Mara ignored him. She knelt, yanked a tourniquet from her kit, cinched his leg. Blood stand. You speak trade? Clicks resolved to words. Yes, Sergeant, please, no cage. Sular's elites crested half a click out, nets deploying. No mercy there.
You know this belt? Mara hauled him up, tested weight.
He leaned, but stood. Patrol shifts. Safe lanes. 3. I mark. She met his gaze. Years back, she'd spared Veshrak in a like spot. Battlefield whim.
Now it echoed. Reyes, support him. Vesh, mids still don't dump your rider.
The conscript, Krill. He gasped. Hobbled ahead. Mandibles worked fast. Left 5 paces, pressure skip. Laser thread at knee step high. Mara relayed. Column snaked single file now, boots precise. A prisoner slipped. Reyes caught him, whispered correction. Veshrak balanced his load over uneven dirt, rifle scanning arcs. Plasma whined past. Elites closed 400 meters. Thorn crackled. Mara, fuel at bingo. Suller's cruiser jams my vector. DZ hot. 5 mics or we ghost.
Copy. Push the lane.
Mara chambered a fresh mag. Krill pointed. Gap ahead. Cluster right. Avoid.
They threaded.
One laser pinged harmless. Krill's dodge. Reyes jury-rigged a mirror trick, blinded a sensor. Human improv, alien local knowledge. Clicked. Sular's bellow cut sharp. Traitor, I'll flay your line. Krill flinched but pressed. He bleeds us too. Camps for all. Minefield thinned. Open run to DZ. Thorn's beacon pulsed green. But elites poured fire, nets shimmering. Veshrak set his pow down gentle, unslung his heavy repeater. I hold rear. Go. Not solo. Mara signaled Reyes, build fast. Sapper slapped together a flare mine from scraps, burst skyward, drew half the elites left. Vesh roared, repeater chewing nets. His shoulder wound split wider, but he anchored. Krill pointed the final dodge. Clear. Column surged. Mara scooped a stumbling prisoner, slung him fireman. Humans endured. Vest covered, took another graze. Ignored it. Thorn's shuttle screamed in low anti-air blooming around. Ramp dropped amid the storm. Load. Load. Prisoners piled aboard. Vesh shoved the last. Turned to Mara. Debt? She gripped his arm. Paid in full. Bridge stands. Krill hesitated at ramp. Mara nodded him in. Mercy looped back. Elites swarmed 20 meters out. Sular's silhouette barked orders. Thorn gunned engines. Mara braced as the deck lurched. But HUD screamed, fourth beacon, faint, desperate. Another cage. Thorn keyed hot. That's the last sight. Fuels vapor, Suler's cruiser locks us. Dive or bail? His mandible set firm. Dive, she said. Together.
Shells bracketed the hull.
Trust spanned the fire. Suler closed. Carve or crumble. One more bridge to burn. Shells slammed the shuttle's belly. Mara gripped her harness as Thorn yanked the stick. Anti-air tracers clawed the sky. The fourth beacon blinked frantic on her HUD, deep in Suler's nest. Contacts, spiking, Thorn barked. Layered ambush ahead. Killbox confirmed. Veshrak braced across from her, mandibles clenched. His repeater rested ready. Shoulder wound oozing black ichor. Krill huddled with the other freed POWs, eyes wide at the human's push. Dive, Mara repeated. Reyes, scan, that beacon sight. We punch in, grab, punch out. Reyes tapped her wrist pad, visor glowing. Cages clustered, barricades thick. Enemy elites massing, Suler's signature on command net. Fuel drum cache nearby. I can use it. Thorn dove steeper. The shuttle shuddered. Hull groaned under plasma hits. Mara, unstrapped first. Ramp on my mark. Vesh, you and Krill cover flanks. Decoy play. Reyes, you lead a fire team out left. Draw their eyes. Affirm. Vesh growled. His voice box hummed through translator. I shield you, Kincaid. Det binds. Enemy fire thickened. Suler's cruiser loomed on scopes, locking missiles. Thorn jinked hard. DZ hot. Touchdown in 10. Ramp hissed open mid-descent. Wind howled. Mara leaped. Boots slamming rubble. Prisoners' cages glinted ahead. 20 elites pinned behind razor wire and fuel drums stacked like a wall. Suler's troops poured from bunkers, insectoid hulks in powered armor, pulse rifles spitting green bolts. Ambush, Reyes yelled. Bolts chewed the ground. The column, 6 humans, Vesh, Krill, and 4 POWs scattered into cover.
Surrender the liaison, high value intact. Mara rolled behind a slag heap.
Her squad fanned out.
Goal, breach cages, extract, exfil. But layered fire pinned them, frontals from barricades, flankers closing, heavy zeroing the ramp.
Decoy now!
Mara snapped. She signaled Reyes and 2 riflemen. Left ridge, flare high, make noise. Reyes nodded, slapped charges on a scrap heap. Boom in 3. They bolted left, rifles cracking. Flares burst skyward, painting them bright. Half the flankers pivoted, elites swarming the bait. Main route opened a sliver. Mara surged. Vesh, Krill, push center. Prisoners, stay low. Vesh charged beside her, repeater barking thunder. Rounds shredded an elite's chestplate. Krill matched stride, claws ripping a net trap. POWs crawled free as Mara sliced locks with her vibro knife. But Suler adapted fast. Barricades hummed. Auto turrets spun up. Fuel drums vibrated, rigged to blow. Bullets pinged Mara's armor. One grazed her thigh, hot sting. Reyes, Mara keyed. Drum it! Working, Reyes yelled from the decoy ridge. She sprinted back, hauling demo pack. Elites chased her heels. She dove prone, slapped shaped charges on the nearest drum stack. Directional blast! Eyes shut! Fuse hissed. Mara yanked the last UOW clear. Boom. Flames jetted forward in a cone, vaporizing barricades and 3 turrets. Shrapnel screamed. Elites vaporized in the inferno. Path cleared, blackened but open. Column, move, Mara roared. Vesh anchored rear, repeater-chewing pursuers. Suler's silhouette rose on a ridge, tall, carapaced, barking into comms. More elites boiled from tunnels. A heavy mortar thumped. Shell arced straight at Mara. Time slowed. Vesh lunged. He body-slammed her aside. Shell detonated mid-air. Shrapnel shredded his flank. He crashed down, leg mangled, ichor spraying, but his repeater kept firing, one-handed, mandibles locked in roar. Vesh! Mara scrambled up, dragged him behind a slag. Hold formation. He waved her off. Go. I cover. Pain twisted his features, but he braced repeater on his knee. Bursts dropped 2 elites. Krill hauled a POW past, glanced back, eyes wide at Vesh's stand. Mara's thigh burned, but she ignored it. Prisoners loaded toward the shuttle. Torn revved engines. Ram yawning. Reyes slapped fresh charges on a tunnel mouth. Collapse imminent. Sular descended the ridge, elites reforming. Kincaid. Your mercy fails here. She fired back, dropped 1. Reyes, seal it. Engineer thumbed detonator. Tunnel caved, burying flankers. Column hit the ramp. Vesh limped last, Mara shoving him aboard. He collapsed inside, leg trailing sparks from severed servo. Thorn gunned lift. Shells bracketed. Shuttle clawed skyward. Mara knelt by Vesh, tore medkit open. Pressure here. Reyes, splint. Reyes worked fast, welding scrap into a brace. He's stable. Lost hydraulics but core vitals green. Vesh gripped Mara's arm. Mandibles flexed. Pain but resolve. Det deeper now. You dove for us. Humans endure. She nodded, sealed the wound. Bridge holds. We all walk. HUD pinged clear. Prisoners secured. Beacons dark. Butt scopes lit. Suller's cruiser swung broadside, locks painting the shuttle. Missiles inbound. Thorn cursed. Fuel critical. Evasion or ram? Mara locked eyes with Vesh. His gaze burned steady. Outside, Suler's forces swarmed the kill box below, hunting stragglers. Dodge, she said. Then home, engines screamed. Trust forged in fire, and one more gauntlet loomed. Bullets cracked the air. Mara Kincaid clamped her arm around Veshrock's torso and dragged him up the jagged ridge. His armored leg scraped rock, sparking from the severed servo. She grunted, thigh wound pulsing fire, but shoved harder. Prisoners scrambled behind, 5 allied POWs, gaunt and stumbling, clutching scavenged rifles. Ridgetop now, Mara barked, her squad's beacon pulsed green on HUD. Corporal Reyes covered their 6, slapping charges on the tunnel mouth below. Veshrock's mandibles clicked. Sergeant, leave me. Det not worth your fall. Shut it, Lieutenant. Mara crested the ridge, breath ragged. Flat expanse ahead, perfect LZ if Thorn punched through. She yanked a panel from her pack, smashed its igniter. Flames whooshed orange, marking the zone. Smoke billowed high. Thorn visual on burn. Hot LZ, 1 engine inbound.
Static hissed in her earpiece. Explosions rocked the valley.
Enemy elites poured from the collapsed tunnel remnants. Sular's grunts reforming ranks. Shuttle roar split the sky. Anti-air bursts bloomed black around it. Captain Thorn's voice cut through. Kincaid, I see your barbecue. Holding, fuckers tagging us. The dropship dove. 1 engine trailing smoke. Shells bracketed close. Too close. Mara shoved Veshrock flat behind a boulder. Down, Reyes, perimeter. Reyes dropped prone. Demo rifle barking. Flankers pinned. Mara sighted her carbine. Controlled bursts. 1 elite dropped. Helmet cracked. Another lunged. She stitched its chest plate. Prisoners hit dirt beside her. Eyes on ramp when it touches. Move or die. Shuttle engines screamed. It skidded in on repulsors. 1 nasal flaming, ramp slamming down amid dust clouds. Thorn's blunt growl. 30 seconds, Kincaid. Armor inbound east. Mara popped up. Column on me. Reyes, rear guard. She fired from the hip, dropping a charging elite. Prisoners bolted. First a Krell-Tech, then 2 Veshiskin grunts, limping but hauling ass. Last a human POW, eyes wild. Gunfire stitched the ground. Mara pivoted, suppressive fire chewing rocks. An elite crested 20 meters out. Suler's mark. Crimson pauldrons. She nailed its knee joint. It crumpled. Reyes inside, Mara yelled. Engineer slapped a charge beeper. Tunnels rigged, go. Prisoners piled onto the ramp. Last human PO double tumbled in, clawing straps. Mara glanced back. Veshrak struggled up alone, leg dragging useless. Below, Suller's voice boomed from a hovering drone. Kincaid, your mercy fails here. Surrender the liaison. She fired at the drone. Sparks flew. It veered. Reyes, seal it. Reyes thumbed at detonator. Boom echoed. Tunnel mouth caved, burying a squad of flankers in rubble and dust. Veshrak reached the ramp, collapsed inside. Mara shoved after, hauling his bulk by the harness. His claw gripped her arm, pain mandibles flexing, but eyes locked steady. You dove for us. Ramp up. Mara slapped the control. Thorn gunned engines. Shuttle lurched skyward. Shells bracketing hull. Mara knelt, tore medkit open. Pressure here. She clamped a tourniquet on his leg stump. Hydraulic fluid hissing. Raise. Splint. Combat engineer slid over, welding torch flaring. Scrap metal bent into a brace under her hands. Lost hydraulics, core vitals green.
He's tougher than our gear.
Prisoner strapped in, breathing hard. The Krell-Tech chittered gratitude, but Mara waved it off. Procedure, keep them breathing. Veshrock's grip tightened. Det deeper now. Humans endure. That ridge, your fire. She sealed the wound foam. Bridge holds. We all walk. HUD pinged. Prisoners secured. Beacons dark. Mara patched scopes. Clear for a heartbeat. Alarms wailed. Incoming, Thorn shouted. Suler's cruiser broadside, locks painting us. Missiles hot. Mara locked eyes with Veshrak. His gaze burned resolve. Outside, enemy swarmed the kill box below. Hunting stragglers. Dodge, she said. Then home.
Shuttle banked hard.
Thorn yanked the stick. Repulsors whined as the bird twisted through the gauntlet. Mara braced against bulkhead carbine ready. Scope showed 2 missiles streaking, plasma trails bright against the dusk sky. Veshrak's claw dug into her shoulder plate. Steady. Chaff out, Thorn growled. Countermeasures burst. Missiles veered, one detonating in a harmless bloom. The second clipped tail. Shutter rocked them. Reyes cursed, rerouting power. Port engine at 30%. We're limping. Prisoners gripped straps, faces pale. The human POW muttered, thought we were ghosts down there. Mara ignored him. Thorn, vector to rally point. Roger. Command's timelines be damned. Your call. Suler's cruiser loomed on scopes, turrets swiveling. Secondary launches painted fresh locks. Mara sighted a side port. Emergency hatch view showed enemy armor cresting the horizon back at the ridge. Too late for them, Veshrak rasped, mandibles working. Years ago, your rifle spared me. Battlefield mercy. I claimed life debt then. Now, you dragged me from fire. Trust this? She met his multifaceted eyes. Trust's earned in the drag, Lieutenant. Not words. He nodded, claw releasing slow. Bridge strong, Vesheskeen honor it. Shuttle bucked. Anti-air flak-peppered hull.
Thorn threaded a canyon gap, scraping rock.
Evasion or ram the bastard? Mara scanned scopes. Cruiser's broadside bristled weapons. No ram too many prisoners. Evasion. Reyes boost off thrusters. Engineer patched cables. Sparks flying. Online, 10 minutes max. Thorn rolled inverted. G-forces pinned Mara. One missile grazed shields, arm spiked. Shields at 40, Thorn barked. Veshrak hauled himself up, one good leg bracing. He tapped Mara's HUD link. My people's codes. Transmit to Allied fleet. Suler's cruiser ID. They shadow jump. She punched it in. Signal beamed. Seconds ticked. Explosions lit aft scopes, not theirs. Allied corvette decloaked, railguns hammering. Sular's cruiser listed, venting plasma. Thorn whooped. Nice timing, Lieutenant. Veshrak's mandibles clicked amusement. Debt repays. Mara exhaled. Rally point beacon pulsed ahead. Shuttle clawed clear, engines coughing, but scopes flickered new contacts. Suler's elites, dropships, launching stragglers.
Pursuit inbound. Strap tight, Mara said.
Not done. Prisoners nodded, rifles chambering. Reyes grinned feral. Veshrak gripped his brace ready. Thorn punched thrust. Home stretch, Kincaid.
Hold the line. Hold. Groaned.
Fresh locks pinged. Mara sighted the hatchport. Fighters incoming. Suler's hounds. She raised her carbine. One more choice loomed. Fight or fly blind. Gunfire stitched void. Mara fired first. Carbine bucked in Mara's grip. Tracers from Suler's fighters slashed past the shuttle's canopy. It spun, erupting in flames. Thorn yanked the stick. Got your window, Kincaid. Punch it. Reyes slapped a breaching charge on the ventral hatch. Prisoners, move. Single file. Veshrak braced on his injured leg, mandibles flaring as he waved his squad through. Allied prisoners, his kin stumbled aboard, clutching salvaged rifles. Last one in, he collapsed against the bulkhead. Mara covered their 6. Another fighter dove. She fired. Hit. It veered into canyon rock, fireball blooming. Fighters bugged out, Thorn growled. Deck coming up. Race. Shuttle slammed deck plates. Hangar bay doors irised shut, alarms silenced.
Mara lowered her weapon. Prisoners slumped, alive.
Medtechs swarmed. Mara grabbed Veshrak's arm before they wheeled him away. You, with me. He clicked mandibles, agreement, not protest. His squad nodded thanks, eyes wide on her. Medbay hatch hissed open. Mara shoved Veshrak's gurney aside, blocking the dock's path. Bulkhead lights buzzed harsh overhead. His carapace gleamed under blood-smeared bandages. Why? She leaned in, voice low steel. You burned your codes. Risk defection for a standard rescue. Your unit's neck deep now. Talk. Veshrak's compound eyes locked hers. One claw tapped his brace. Staff Sergeant Kincaid, 3 cycles past Dust Ridge. You remember? Mara frowned. Dust Ridge blurred in memory. Endless patrols, alien screams, friendly fire risks. Spell it? His mandibles parted slow. My squad flanked yours. Ambush.
I charged your line. Rifle jammed.
You had clear shot. Head crest. Pulled trigger. Click. Empty. She froze. Flashed. Alien warrior lunging through haze, mandibles wide. Her mad dry. No kill shot. You chambered fresh round, he continued. Dragged me to cover. Patched bleed seal. Said, not today. Left me rifle. Walked. Standard procedure. Mercy under fire. Keep one less corpse complicating AVAC. Forgotten op. You were downed, not dead. Veshrak's claws gripped gurney edge. Keth Suller executed my clutchmates for failure. I lived.
Report your act.
Unit questioned. Why spare enemy? Dug logs. Humans do this. Not tactic. Choice. She crossed arms. And? Defected. Pushed peace envoys. Suller hunts us traitors. Your codes? Shadow jump beacons. My gift, debt repays. His eyes gleamed. Fierce loyalty. Mara saw it. Her split-second skip restarted his world. Aliens whispered of human instincts. Visarak lived it. Debt's clear, she said. Stand down. He clicked soft. Debt eternal. You call standard. I call life restart.
That pushed past.
Sergeant, out.
He needs regen.
Mara stepped back. Veshrak's gaze held, trust forged in forgotten dust. Bridge console pinged. Mara keyed mission log, fingers flying over datapad. Hangar klaxons faded. Ship jumped to safe corridors. Command overlay blinked. Preliminary report. Expedite. She typed. Extraction success. 14 Allied POWs secured. Casualties. 0. Co-led credit. Lieutenant. Veshrak, Allied liaison. Provided critical intel, defection codes. Comms crackled.
Kincaid, command. Solo lead or scrub.
Pressure standard. Brass hated alien co-credits. Politics over facts. Mara hit the transmit. Filed. Accurate. Reconsider. Optics. Results, she said. Not optics. Link cut. Reyes poked head in. Sarge prisoners settled. Besh's squad rigging demo drones. Your call? Let him. Builds trust. Log stood. Shuttle bay thrummed. Transfer shuttle idled, ramps down. Veshrak hobbled aboard, brace clicking deck. His squad saluted. Human style, fists to chest. Mara approached. Medbay haze clung. His words echoed. Dustridge Mercy circled back, bridging chasm's command ignored. Lieutenant. She extended hand. Claw gripped firm, 4 knuckles strong. Peace talks. You'll push. Mandibles to grindstone. Click laugh. Your kind. Restarts worlds. Ship-wide blared. Enemy signatures inbound. Suler's revenge fleet. Mara squeezed. Rendezvous post-war. Beers. Human style. His eyes word focus. Accepted. If war permits. Shuttle sealed. Thrusters flared. Mara watched it arrow void. Fighters scrambled. Suller closed. One bridge held. Her forgotten mercy. His unbreakable debt. Console buzzed. New orders. Intercept. She chambered round. Fight or fly?